Hey, I'm Mark Rhodes and welcome back to my workshop. You know, in the real world, very few of us seem to have a need to enter into a blood debt with an assassin for hire. But in the world of John Wick, this is apparently an everyday occurrence. Today, I'm going to build not one, but 13 props from the amazing world of the John Wick films. Oh, and I'm going to give them away to you for free too. Keep watching. If you aren't familiar with the John Wick films, then I would suggest that you go jump on Netflix and watch the two John Wick films that are there back to back. In the second John Wick film, we're introduced to a MacGuffin in the form of a blood marker that was central to the plot of the second John Wick film. If someone is given a blood marker, it can be used at any point in the future to call in a favour, and that cannot be refused. As with everything in the John Wick universe, the marker itself is a gorgeous artifact. It's an intricately designed prop that reflects the beautiful physical world of the John Wick universe, where everything is stylish, clean and polished, which is in contrast to the raw, violent, ugly world that the characters actually live in. While this is a build video, I have actually made my John Wick marker already. This is it here, and it really doesn't look like much at the moment. It was 3D printed, and as with all 3D prints, the first step is to get the STL file, which I went and bought from Nico Industries.
Hey Mark, it's Nico. Just saw that you bought the Leviathan axe from God of War and the John Wick blood marker. I just wanted to say thank you, man. I appreciate again the support. Thank you for being a loyal customer. I really appreciate it. If you need anything, again, message me at any time. I'm here to help you out. Enjoy the files, and I can't wait what you do with this one. Later, buddy.
Thanks, Nico. So if I've already built my prop, what am I going to do here? The answer is because I'm going to make and give these blood markers away, I wanted to make quite a few of them. UV resin for my Peopoly Moai is expensive, so instead of printing them, I'm going to make a mould and then cast markers from that mould with resin. This also gives me the opportunity to do something I've never done before. I'm going to create every marker I make in a completely different way, which should let me try lots of different finishes and give me an apples to apples comparison so that I can see which finish looks best right next to the others. Let's go build it. Holy crap, I am so pleased with how these came out. They look awesome. So, what did I actually do here? Well, in order to turn my 3D print into a mold and make multiple copies, I made a silicon mold of the 3D printed markers, and that took me a few attempts to get right. In all honesty, this was the first time I've ever made a two-part mold, but you know what? I find that is sometimes the best time to talk about something, as all the learnings are fresh in your mind. The process was pretty simple. I put some clay down, pressed the marker parts into the clay, built a box out of foam core around the marker and the clay, and then poured the silicon over the top. The next step is to cast my markers in polyurethane resin by pouring resin into the mold. This step takes a few minutes, and after 40 minutes of curing, the markers can be demolded. After the prop was taken out, I would remove the flashing with a blade, nippers and sandpaper, then finish the prop either with paint, rubbing, or just a touch of rub and buff. In fact, a grand total of 13 of these props were taken out, and you'll notice every single one had a different finishing technique. I did my finishing in 3 main categories. Number 1, cold casting. That's where a powder is brushed into the mold before pouring the resin in. This was the finish I was most excited to try, as it was completely new to me and I anticipated some awesome results. Number 2, painted finishes. This is my usual technique. I take an object and hit it with paint from the airbrush, but not very often can I compare stuff side by side, so this gave me a great opportunity. Number 3, rubbed finishes. Rubbed finishes are where I took resin or a painted resin object and rubbed stuff on it to finish the prop instead of paint. So, what worked? Well, my top 4 are these ones. They are the gold cold cast marker, the antique silver cold cast marker, the Vallejo metal color painted marker, and the Alclad chrome lacquer painted marker. 2 of them are painted and 2 of them are cold cast. What did work and what did I learn? Quite a few things. This is my pile of reject markers, and as you can see, I made a lot of markers and a lot of molds and learnt a lot of things from doing it. But I'm going to have to make a second video just to talk about the 9 things that I learned from this project. So that's my build. Now, if you stuck through all of this just so you could get a free John Wick marker, thank you. To go into the running to win a marker, all you have to do is number 1, ask a friend to go and watch the video and subscribe to the channel. And number 2, get that friend to leave a comment with your name on this video. That's it. If you can get a friend to watch, subscribe, and leave your name in the comments, then you'll be in the running to win a free John Wick marker. I'll be giving away the 13 in this video, plus I have a heap left over from learning how to cast these that are pretty decent. They might have only a small bubble or something that made me not completely happy with them, but they're still going to look awesome as a prop on a shelf, and it means that this doesn't just go to waste. I'll announce the winners in my next video, which should be my lessons learned from this casting, and give you instructions on how to get your marker shipped to you, and the postage is going to be on me, so it won't cost you a bean. As I mentioned, I'm really happy with how these markers turned out, and I'm really excited to get them into your hands. As this is the end of the video, if you have any suggestions on things I could have done better or something you'd like to see me build in the future, drop a comment down below. And as always, if you enjoyed what I'm doing here, hit the like and subscribe button so that you'll get to see more of my builds. If you're especially keen to see my next build, then make sure you ring the notification bell so you'll see my videos as soon as I finish them. Thank you for watching. See you in the next build.